Alrighty, so hey guys, you might hear stuff in the background like people riding by. My doggone dog barking. Biggie! He hears another dog barking, and he's a little over one, so he, still puppy like. And he knows like the basics, of dog training, like, sit, stay, listen to us, not people he don't know, stuff like that. But anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all, so I've had a lot of shit happen within the midst of me supposed to be doing a number series. And guys, honestly, I've had a few self-realizations rather quickly, and with that being said, I'm gonna really just go with the flow with my channel from here on out. I do want to do the number series for a lot of you, but I realize in trying to do that and stay on a certain like consistency with it, I was kind of putting a little bit too much pressure on myself. So in getting the numbers, you're probably going to get stuff in between that. It won't just be every week it's going to be the number series, the number series, the number series. I'm going to do it because I do understand that there are some people that still need a better understanding or ideal of numbers and the energy of it and things like that. So I will be doing that for that purpose. But, I was looking at it more so, this is going to be fun, but I kind of feel like I was putting myself, I was like in a trap in some ways. And I'll explain it to you guys in a little bit more later in this video about what I mean by trap. Okay, so guys, I just really wanted to just chit chat with you all. This is really what this is gonna be, but we are gonna talk about a few things. With that being said, this is gonna be a short but fun one. So when it comes to reality, I am learning that a lot of the stuff that we know don't come necessarily from books. We use books as a reference or to just maybe add to I'm gonna say our data bank. And when I say data bank, like the stuff that we know, stuff we are learning, or maybe things that have more meaning to them beyond than what we may know. Now, don't get me wrong, a book is, a good source in a lot of ways, but a lot of stuff comes from within. Remember, everything that's without us. And when I say without, meaning not that we're like actually like without something, but like meaning like outside of us, like me seeing this phone right here, it is just a physical representation of what's going on within. Like, for example, when I was astral projecting, I was getting some healing done for me in the spiritual side. My phone was there with me. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, all of this shit that we see is just a projection of multiple different realities happening at once. And I know you probably also heard people say, create your own reality. Yes, that's important. Now, this doesn't mean that other realities don't exist, but you also have to know what is real, what isn't real, and go from there. I'm going to just keep it simple as that. Now, when I say that something isn't real, doesn't mean that it isn't a reality. It's just stating that it, okay, I'm trying to get out what I'm trying to put it, because it's like saying that, damn, what the fuck? Y'all had them brain fart moments. Okay, I'm not having a brain fart. I'm just trying to put it together in words. Because sometimes some of this shit that I get downloads with it's too intelligent for me to put it in words. So basically, when I said some things are real and some things aren't, but everything still has a reality. Even though that something isn't real, there's still a reality to it in some way, meaning it's something that you can see with your eyes, or something that you're aware of, or something that you're observing. Like, for example, like everything around us is an illusion. It's like everybody say we're in this coma and we're waking up. And I say like that, for example, when you're in a coma, when some people are in a coma, I'm gonna use a person in the hospital, for example. When they're in a coma, they are in a deep sleep, meaning that they're there. You know, in reality, they are there. Their physical avatar, the physical makeup of them is there, but they are not there. Does that make sense? So, with that being said, what's real to us is that they are in the coma, right? They're in a deep sleep. So even though that they are in a deep sleep, they still have a reality that's still playing out. Makes sense? Whether they are aware of it or not, the reality is still playing out. That's why you have to take control. I don't know too much about what people experience or see when they're in a coma. What I've heard is people have, met their ancestors, or, they come back knowing things that's unexplainable to us as, being in a human body. Like, for example, they might tell you there's a place that exists to where there are symbols that cannot be seen with the naked eye. Things like that. Or people might come back from their coma speaking different languages and stuff like that. A lot of people think what's right in front of them, like how their houses and stuff right in front of me, how this world works, that's the only reality. And it's not. That's what I'm saying. So, what may not be real to somebody else may be real to another person. Does that make, I hope that makes, more sense. I was trying to put it in the easiest way, to do it. But sometimes some things are just not meant to be broken down easily. It's one of those things, it can't be broken down, but you can build yourself to learn it. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be, you can learn it. It's not hard to learn, but it can be hard to break down, so to say. And I am still learning. I observe and I learn. I love to learn. I love to teach. That's like my thing. And so now we're going to talk about the trap. This is how, the realities are. So we're going to talk about the trap. And guys, this video is actually like impromptu, because I know I was supposed to do that numbers video, I think like a couple of days ago, and it did not happen. Or maybe even a week ago. I can't remember. Because I know another thing with a lot of stuff, happening, these different shifts and stuff in the cosmos, it's like the trickle down effect, as above, so below, and things like that. I'm not going to go deep into that, but you can be impacted by it, based on, who you are, your purpose and all of that good shit. But like I was saying, like with the trap, like doing the numbers things, I was in meditation, and I know Spirit was telling me like, nah, like you shouldn't be doing the YouTube. So immediately my ego comes in and like, well, why am I seeing all of this for me to do this? And then, I'm like, okay, is it like a trap? And I'm starting to realize like a lot of this false light programming has to do with it. And that's why I had to tell people, be careful. I'm gonna be real with you. Like I'm saying, I'm still learning. And when I say trap, is you feel like you're supposed to be doing things a specific way, a certain way, and it just has to be that way. That's one of, that's a downfall for a lot of people. They always feel like shit has to be right. That was one of my things that I'm learning as a reflection. Like, shit always has to be right. But the reason why I feel like it should be that way is connected to feelings, connected to emotions and past events, is because I always feel like I've been wrong, or, it didn't look right because nobody, everybody else shit look right compared to mine. After being taught and being conditioned a certain way mentally, it projects out in its own way. So I know for me, instead of making shit right, just let it be what it is. You don't have to make anything right. You don't. That shit be what it is. You recognize what is and what isn't, and it's simply that. Now, you can still do whatever you want to do because you create your own reality too, even if there's endless amount of realities playing out that you can see, or that you're aware of or that you're observing, but you still are responsible for your own reality within other realities. There doesn't have to be just one standard reality. And one thing I notice is when I'm talking about this stuff, it may seem as if like, damn, Destiny talking about this and that all at one time. That's what I've noticed has always kind of been with me. And I had to learn to accept that, because at one point I was like, well, somebody might watch this and be like, well, damn, like she was just, I'm like, is she crazy? Like, no, I'm not crazy. It's like you just can't put all of this shit into one thing. Like in this video, all of the stuff that I'm talking to y'all about, this is not just gonna be in one video. If I was gonna do that, I'd be sitting here talking to y'all all day. I just want to put it in a nutshell to help you understand it. And maybe as I'm talking to you, it might be certain words, certain phrases I may say to trigger your mental to think, how does it connect for you, or what resonates, or what you can use, or how I can connect you to whatever you're needing to connect to. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be the whole video. It doesn't just have to be the video itself. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like I was trying to put my shit in a box. And, another funny thing is Spirit came to me and it was like, man, I give away a lot of shit that I've learned and that I know, that I already know within myself. And Spirit has been on my ass, because it's like, hey, you should have been teaching a class. You should have been doing stuff. But I would always put that stuff on the back burner because I feel like I wasn't at a certain level, or I didn't know enough. And I'm a person, I like to tap into, myself. And, a lot of people, like, when they meditate, they want to connect with their ancestors, oversoul, higher self, and stuff like that. No issue with that. Definitely tap in with your ancestors because they have a lot of wisdom. But remember, that shit is within you. So if it's within you, who are you really tapping into? Yourself. The whole trick to this whole false light programming and just all of this bullshit that they push you through the media and TV is that it's always something that has to make you feel good, something that makes you happy, something outside of you. Like you just can't trust yourself and go within. That's really the big part of it. And that's why I wanted to talk to you guys, because I realized for myself, like, yes, will I still come on YouTube? Yes, I'll still be on here, but it's not going to be like how it was. Like, I realized I did 9 videos in a week, and I was just like, that's not a bad thing, but I'm like, damn, D, like, I realized I was doing this, so I was like, yeah, I got my channel, I got to put out videos, I got to do this, I got to do it that way, and like, now, I'm going to really just be going with the flow. Like, I do want to build, like, a following and things like that, because, of course, as I grow myself, because I don't see myself as just being, in one headspace, meaning like one state of being, one mind. It's that's putting myself in a box, and that's what they want you to do, be in a box, and that in this box, everything that's outside of the box isn't it. It's everything outside of the box is wrong. They want you to just be in the box and just sit in that box, and everything in that box, that's it. Kind of like society, like, for example, like being religious, Christianity is one of the biggest known religions here in our country. So be that there's nothing else, all of that other shit is evil, be in the box, believe this way, do it this way, do it that way. Don't think for yourself, don't think outside of the box, just think right in the box where you've been put at. You get what I'm saying? So, but y'all, I am going to end it here. I am going to come back, with more content, but I'm not finna, country. I'm not finna, that's how I said it, and that's how I mean it. I'm not going to feel like I'm pressured to do shit, because that's how I operate, and that stems from trauma that I've experienced. Like, I have to do stuff, you know, like I have to do it. That's connected to survival mode, because a lot of the trauma that I experience, it's connected to my root chakra. And people, when they talk about the root chakra, you know, that's connected to, you know, survival mode, things like that. This is like a negative aspect, but there's much more meaning to the chakras than just, you know, survival mode. And there's even knowledge to the chakras that I haven't even came into yet, but I do know to the extent of the chakras. I'll put it that way. I know what I need to know for my reasoning of, you know, the chakras, the use of them, and things like that, and how I can help others with it. But I will tell you this, guys, as I've learned more and I grow more on my journey, because I don't, as long as I'm in this human avatar, you know, in this awareness of, in this body, I know I'm going to be learning something. There's going to always be something for me to learn. So I'm never going to just say what I'm saying is concrete. And that's what they want you to believe. Shit is concrete. There's nothing else. And shit is not solid. Shit has to flow. Energy has to flow. Energy can't just be concrete and still. I don't remember this guy's name, but he said, he's like, nothing in this reality is solid. It flows. And if you think about it, people talk about it like the energy, like the air we breathe, all of this is like, it's like water. It flows. Now, you can't see it actually flowing with the naked eye. Well, sometimes you can, depending on how you tap in, depending on when certain frequencies, you know, hit the planet and stuff like that, you can actually see the flow. You know, it looks water, like it looks like waves, like the waves in the ocean, you know, as above, so below. So it's almost like we're sitting in a body of water. And you know how they said, like, when you're in water, you're not wet, but once you come out of the water, you know, you're wet. It's kind of like that. Like when you're in the water, you're flowing, right? You're going in whatever direction, you know, you decide to go in with water. You know, it's not like that you're going against like the flow of the water. You're just flowing in that direction. But if you stay consistent with the flow of the water, you'll you'll end up swimming, you know, somewhere within that space. You know, like the ocean, they consider the ocean like endless, because there's no like end, you know, to the ocean. No one has found like an end to the ocean. That's kind of like that's how energy is. There's like no end to the energy. Y'all, I don't know. I know like this, I don't talk about a lot of shit in a nutshell, but just bear with me. And I feel like, you know, I know for me, the better way to help you, maybe if you're watching this and you're just not there yet or not getting it, watch it again, or simply just watch it. I should have said this in the beginning, but watch this for you. Not what I'm saying. Watch it for you. And by the time you get here, you'll be like, okay. And I promise you, not even when you get to this point of the video, you'll be like, oh, it'll click for you, because you're tapping into you.